Retirement evokes images of relaxation and travel. However, a looming crisis threatens this dream, the retirement savings crisis. A significant portion of the population is unprepared for their golden years, facing financial insecurity. This essay delves into the harsh realities of this crisis, exploring the factors driving it and its profound impact. We'll examine alarming statistics and the complex interplay of economic forces, policy shortcomings, and societal shifts. The challenges are multifaceted, affecting the elderly, minorities, low-income communities, and even the middle class. The retirement savings crisis has been brewing for decades. The shift from defined benefit pension plans to 401 EKS places the onus on individuals. Longer lifespans mean retirement savings need to stretch further. Wage stagnation and rising living costs make it difficult to save adequately. Inflation erodes purchasing power, and market volatility jeopardizes retirement accounts. This uncertainty makes it challenging to plan effectively for the future. The numbers paint a stark picture of the retirement savings crisis. 36% of adults in their prime working years have no retirement savings. The median retirement savings for working-age couples is $93,000, generating only $300 per month in retirement. The median savings for households aged 55-64 is just under $134,000, far short of what experts recommend. Many Americans are approaching retirement with inadequate savings, leaving them vulnerable to financial hardship. This savings gap is a systemic issue that demands urgent attention. Younger Americans are not saving enough for their future. 66% of millennials have no retirement savings. Rising living costs, student loan debt, and stagnant wages hinder their ability to save. The decline of traditional pension plans shifts the responsibility to individuals. Navigating investment options and financial literacy is daunting for many. Without addressing these factors, we risk creating a generation of retirees unprepared for financial realities. The retirement savings crisis poses significant risks to the economy. The baby boomer generation's retirement strains Social Security and safety net programs. Social Security's trust fund is projected to be depleted by 2033, reducing benefits. A reduction in benefits could push many elderly Americans into poverty. Retirees' spending habits impact various industries and economic growth. Addressing this crisis is crucial for safeguarding the nation's economic health. The decline of traditional pension plans contributes to the retirement savings crisis. Pensions provided guaranteed income, while 401(k) place the burden on individuals. Market fluctuations create uncertainty for retirees. Managing 401(k)s requires financial literacy, which many lack. Companies have shifted to defined contribution plans to cut costs. This shift leaves many workers with less generous retirement benefits and greater responsibility. Wage stagnation contributes to the retirement savings crisis. Despite productivity increases, wages have remained flat. Rising living costs make it difficult to save for retirement. Wage stagnation creates financial insecurity, hindering long-term savings. Globalization, technological advancements, and declining unionization rates contribute to wage stagnation. Addressing this issue requires investing in education, job training, and policies supporting wage growth. The rising cost of living pressures household budgets, hindering retirement savings. Housing and healthcare costs have skyrocketed, consuming a larger portion of income. Healthcare costs, in particular, burden many Americans. Rising costs disproportionately impact lower and middle-income households. Many are forced to make difficult choices, affecting their financial well-being. Addressing this requires policies to make housing and healthcare more affordable and promote wage growth. Section 4. The financial literacy gap. A significant factor in the retirement savings crisis is the lack of financial literacy among many Americans. Financial literacy includes the knowledge and skills to make informed financial decisions. Many lack understanding of concepts like compound interest and risk diversification. This can lead to poor decisions, high-interest debt, and financial scams. A study found that lack of financial literacy costs the average American $1,200 per year. Addressing this gap is crucial for a secure financial future. Promoting financial education and access to counseling can help create a more secure future. Section 1. The elderly facing the consequences. For many elderly Americans, the retirement savings crisis is not a distant threat, but a harsh reality. Those who are already retired and relying on fixed incomes are particularly vulnerable to the rising cost of living, particularly in essential areas like healthcare. Years of inadequate savings, coupled with unexpected medical expenses and the erosion of purchasing power due to inflation, can quickly deplete retirement funds, leaving seniors struggling to make ends meet. Many elderly individuals find themselves forced to make difficult choices between essential needs. Paying for housing, food, and healthcare often becomes a delicate balancing act with little room for unexpected expenses or even basic comforts. The stress of financial insecurity can take a toll on both physical and mental health, leading to a diminished quality of life in what should be their golden years. The lack of adequate retirement savings also places a significant burden on families. Adult children are often called upon to provide financial support to aging parents, straining their own resources and potentially jeopardizing their own financial security. This intergenerational transfer of financial responsibility can create tension and hardship within families, highlighting the ripple effects of the retirement savings crisis. The plight of the elderly underscores the urgency of addressing this crisis. It's not just about ensuring a comfortable retirement. It's about ensuring basic financial security and dignity for those who have worked hard and contributed to society throughout their lives. Protecting the well-being of our seniors requires a multi-pronged approach that includes strengthening social safety nets, expanding access to affordable health care, and creating opportunities for retirees to supplement their incomes. Section 2. Minorities and the retirement savings gap. The retirement savings crisis does not affect all demographics equally. Minorities, particularly Black and Hispanic Americans, face systemic barriers and historical disadvantages that have resulted in a significant retirement savings gap. Lower wages, limited access to employer-sponsored retirement plans, and a history of discriminatory lending practices have all contributed to this disparity. Studies have consistently shown that Black and Hispanic households have significantly lower retirement savings rates and balances compared to their white counterparts. This gap persists even when controlling for factors such as education and income levels, highlighting the role that systemic factors play in perpetuating these inequalities. The consequences of this gap are profound, leaving many minority retirees at a higher risk of poverty, financial insecurity, and dependence on social safety net programs. Addressing the racial retirement savings gap requires a targeted approach that acknowledges and addresses the systemic factors that contribute to these disparities. This includes promoting policies that promote wage equity, expanding access to affordable financial services, and increasing financial literacy within minority communities. Bridging this gap is not just a matter of fairness. It's essential for creating a more equitable and just society for all. Furthermore, cultural factors can also play a role in retirement planning. In some communities, there may be a greater emphasis on supporting family members, which can sometimes take precedence over saving for individual retirement. Recognizing and addressing these cultural nuances is important when developing targeted outreach and financial education programs that resonate with diverse communities. The squeezed middle class, a dream deferred. The retirement savings crisis affects Americans across the socioeconomic spectrum, but the middle class is increasingly feeling the squeeze. Rising living costs, stagnant wages, and mounting debt. The dream of a comfortable retirement is becoming elusive. Housing, healthcare, and education costs have risen significantly, making it difficult to prioritize long-term savings. The decline of traditional pension plans and the shift towards defined contribution plans add to the challenge. Addressing these challenges requires promoting policies that support wage growth, making housing and healthcare more affordable, and expanding access to financial education. Section 1. Living on the Edge. The reality of retirement insecurity. For many retirees, the golden years are anything but golden. Instead of enjoying the fruits of their labor, they find themselves grappling with the harsh realities of financial insecurity. Meet Sarah, a 72-year-old widow living in rural Ohio. After dedicating 35 years of her life to working as a school secretary, Sarah had always envisioned a modest but comfortable retirement. She had diligently contributed to her employer-sponsored retirement plan, picturing leisurely afternoons tending her garden and spending time with her grandchildren. However, life had other plans. Sarah's husband passed away unexpectedly a few years into her retirement, leaving her to manage their finances alone. While she had always been frugal, the rising cost of living, particularly healthcare expenses, quickly ate away at their savings. Her fixed income, primarily from Social Security and a modest pension, was simply not enough to cover her monthly expenses. Sarah found herself making increasingly difficult choices. She cut back on groceries, opting for cheaper, less healthy options. She bundled up in layers during the winter to save on heating costs. She even started selling her cherished belongings at flea markets just to make ends meet. The stress of her financial situation took a toll on her health, leading to sleepless nights and anxiety-ridden days. Sarah's story is not unique. It's a stark reminder that the retirement savings crisis is not just about numbers, it's about real people facing real hardships. Millions of seniors across the country are living on the edge, forced to make impossible choices between basic necessities. The dream of a comfortable retirement, once a cornerstone of the American dream, is slipping out of reach for far too many. Section 2. The working retired dreams put on hold. The retirement savings crisis has forced many older Americans to delay their retirement plans and continue working. For some, it's a matter of necessity, driven by the need to cover essential expenses. For others, it's a way to maintain a sense of purpose and social connection. Take John, a 68-year-old retired firefighter. He had always looked forward to retirement, envisioning leisurely days and travel. He contributed to his pension plan, believing it would provide comfort. However, a stock market downturn and home repairs dented his savings. He postponed his retirement and returned to work part-time. Now he works as a security guard, far from his envisioned retirement. While grateful for the income, the job takes a toll on his aging body. He misses spending quality time with his family. John's story illustrates the difficult choices many older Americans face. The traditional notion of retirement is becoming increasingly out of reach. When savings fall short. The retirement savings crisis is a profound crisis of dignity for many older Americans. Lack of savings erodes self-worth and independence, leaving many feeling like burdens. Maria, a retired seamstress, worked hard but couldn't save enough. Now she relies on her family, feeling shame and guilt. Maria's story shows the emotional toll of this crisis. Addressing it is about preserving dignity and well-being. Securing our future. The retirement savings crisis demands urgent attention and a collective effort to avert financial hardship in golden years. It requires a multifaceted approach involving individuals, policymakers, employers, and communities. Ignoring the problem will exacerbate its impact, leading to greater financial insecurity. The first step is acknowledging the severity and urgency of the crisis. We must understand the real-life consequences of inadequate retirement savings. This awareness must translate into a sense of shared responsibility. Individuals must be empowered to make informed decisions about their retirement savings. Financial literacy programs are crucial to equip individuals with the knowledge and skills needed. Access to affordable financial advice can empower individuals to make sound financial decisions. Section 2. Empowering individuals, strengthening systems. Empowering individuals to save for retirement requires a multi-pronged approach. One crucial step is to expand access to employer-sponsored retirement plans. While 401(k)s and similar plans have become increasingly common, many workers, particularly those in low-wage or part-time jobs, lack access to these plans. Policymakers can incentivize employers to offer retirement plans, especially for their part-time and low-wage workers, through tax breaks or subsidies. Automatic enrollment in these plans can also significantly increase participation rates, making saving for retirement the default option rather than an afterthought. Furthermore, simplifying the retirement saving process can encourage greater participation. Many individuals find the current system overly complex, with too many investment options, confusing fee structures, and cumbersome paperwork. Creating a more streamlined and user-friendly system, perhaps through a national retirement savings program with simplified investment options and transparent fees, could make saving for retirement more accessible and appealing, particularly for those who are intimidated by the current system. Beyond access, financial education is paramount. Integrating financial literacy into school curriculums, starting at a young age, can equip future generations with the knowledge and skills to make sound financial decisions throughout their lives, including saving for retirement. This education should extend beyond the classroom, with community workshops, online resources, and public awareness campaigns designed to reach individuals at all stages of life. However, it's important to acknowledge that not everyone has the same opportunities to save. For those struggling to make ends meet, saving for retirement may seem like an impossible dream. Addressing income inequality, promoting wage growth, and ensuring a robust social safety net are crucial steps towards creating an environment where all Americans have a fair shot at a secure retirement. Section 3. A collective responsibility, shaping a more secure future. The retirement savings crisis is linked to broader economic challenges. Stagnant wages, rising healthcare costs, and lack of affordable housing contribute to financial strain. Addressing these issues ensures a comfortable retirement and a just society. We need a shift from individual to collective responsibility. Employers must provide competitive wages and benefits. Policymakers should promote economic opportunity and fair wages. Retirement should be seen as a new chapter filled with opportunities. By fostering shared responsibility, we can create a secure retirement for all.